I've wanted to come up to Scotland to visit customers and installers for a long time, as we've certainly got a higher concentration of customers here than anywhere else. So I'm in Portsoy, on the coast of Scotland, east of Inverness. It's absolutely stunning, as the whole drive up has been, and we're here to see the guys with the greatest number of chimneys, over on the edge of town. Hutchesons of Portsoy have been wonderful partners in installing our units, initially for customers who bought them direct from us, and now supplying them direct. They're a family company. Neil's father started it, and he works now with his sister and his son, and have a showroom here and further south in Inverurie, near Aberdeen. Right, okay, so here we are at Hutchesons with Neil, and he's going to show us around. You're going to show us around the beautiful showroom.
The lovely bit building.
Yeah, great.
So let you follow me, well, okay.
What an amazing place. You've got such a range of appliances. I'm not sure I've ever seen so many beautiful stoves in one place.
And then the rest of our lovely branch to here.
And here's the Recoheat. Does it make a big difference to the heating in here?
We've noticed a huge difference. Previously we needed to light an extra stove, in a showroom area, to make it comfortable.
Yeah.
We can reduce it down by one stove since we've put Recoheat in.
Oh, really?
And it's not a well insulated building, it's just an industrial building. So it's made a huge difference.
Oh, fantastic. So you're getting twice as much out of it?
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Exactly. It's a great demonstration for customers, and they can feel the tangible heat from it. Yeah. As you see, even standing here.
Yeah. It's great. It's a beautiful showroom. And what sort of area do you cover?
Because we're on the coastline here, and we're in a lovely area which doesn't have, it's a high population. We travel, probably about 100, 120 miles, something like that.
Right.
And just to get the population. And because we've got a second showroom, closer to Aberdeen, that's moved the centre of our business a wee bit more towards the sort of east and south as well.
Right. So Neil, you're talking about your background is in wet systems.
Yes, that's right. So all my working life on the tools, was in wet central heat systems. I strongly believe the direction of things really is to heat towards the air. So because the heat is just brilliant at doing. Because that's the best way to transfer heat, from your appliance into the air,
right.
Rather than transferring it into pipework or buffer tanks or whatever it might be. So it's a great thing, when I came across the Recoheat in there, because it was just exactly what we're looking for. People have been trying to move heat into air, for ages, but of course doing it with too larger diameter ducts, and you just wind up moving drafts, rather than hot air. Right. So obviously you've perfected the idea of making tangible heat. Right.
And what sort of area are you comparing? Because the advantage of a wet system is you're putting it into the, through radiators, which can be in other rooms and upstairs, yes. And that's generally people are trying to transfer the heat from the local area around their stove into other parts of the house. So.
Exactly, and there is a point there that do you want radiators heated or underfloor heating, in every room in there. Sometimes when you analyse it, bedrooms are, not a high priority for people who want to be comfortable but not too much heat. Yeah. Quite often you rule that out in there. If you've got your stoves in the main areas, hallways or living areas or open rooms, sort of family kitchen areas in there. Yeah. If you heat them, your stove in there and your Recoheat. Yeah. That's the bulk. Of your heating. You may occasionally flick something else on, somewhere else. So that's how I see things going.
No, because I think that's a big difference with your stove and Recoheat, is that you've actually got an area that's really warm, and and that's actually for a lot of people that's what you want if it's cold. You're heating one area intensively, and then the other areas enough, so that they're not uncomfortable.
And another super point you're putting across, there is people looking historically to burn, stoves overnight.
Yeah.
So we've got to be careful obviously with combustion doing that.
Yeah.
But as you say, the recovery time, on your Recoheat, which is delivering heat so quickly within minutes, of being lit, creating that pressure, pushing that air, out the doorway into the next room or into the hallway in there. Then you don't need it to be burning, all night in there and risking bad combustion.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? The things that make a difference and just change. Yeah, it kind of just does change how a stove functions, doesn't it, within the house?
The potential, increases so much in there. Yeah. And of course, during lockdown, when people were at home and sort of camping out more in one area, working from their office or whatever it might be, as I do at home, and they found out all these things, and they're now focusing on heating key areas in the house, just because of the cost of fuel, especially electric. Yeah. And they are. So, do you want me to say before you're caught?
Okay.
So it was just that we're fitting a Recoheat for a customer just 2 weeks ago,
right?
And instead of the heat coming straight into the room here, it was a central, chimney stack,
right?
So that the customer liked the stove, heating the whole area, and we actually heated, another sitting room which was sort of diagonally behind. Just put the Recoheat, through the wall, that direction in there. Right. Very effective. The chap was originally going to be looking at a boiler stove, but between, the space heating stove and the Recoheat, he actually was able to heat his whole house in there. So he didn't bother with a boiler stove at all.
That's amazing. So he was doing he put an extension on it. You put an extension through the wall on it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And you found that.
Exactly. Just worked fine. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so it wasn't too far. It was. I suppose it's a similar distance to come into the room. Yeah. But it just went through a wee wall and it just heated the next room.
Yeah. I've got quite a few people doing that, and I do the little extension tubes for them and coat them, but then you lose all the entrainment, you lose the radiant, you're not moving the radiant heat from the stove if you're doing that.
No, but in his scenario, of course, he was using the stove and he had either 2 or 3 doors from that room. Yeah, right. And he was just able to open the doors and let the air circulate around in there. Yeah. So it was very effective. It was just a small.
That's fantastic.
It was a 2-bedroom, proper. Yeah, yeah. Just a compact bungalow. But it was just ideal.
That's brilliant. That's lovely to hear. And so you've fitted quite a few now around here.
We've fitted quite a few. They're mainly going Inglenooks, but we've also fitted them on freestanding stoves as well. Right. So you'll see, Contura's a strong brand for us in there, and we've done them on Contura stoves and conservatories and all their type of rooms there. It's just people making the most of the heat from their stove, and obviously they're a bit of wasted heat, that's going up a chimney as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And do they feed back to you how well they work?
Absolutely. That's right. It's just we believe that space heating from stoves in there is where things are at. Yeah. And perhaps water-based heating is not required. In my own house at home, and I don't use my central heating anymore. I just use my Recoheat to heat the main area of my house and my office, the staircase, and there. So my radiators are now ornaments, on the property.
That's fantastic.
Even in the winter time.
So thanks so much to Neil for his expert and completely impartial perspective. Don't forget, selling you a Recoheat instead of a wet system saves you money that you're not paying him. So it's not advice he's giving lightly. What a great company. Thanks again to Hutchesons of Portsoy.